to the clerk's office, were you thinking, did you ever think you'd be anything else? Did you ever dream about being something else?
I had not even been in the courthouse before that time. I only knew where the courthouse was. I was recommended by one of my English teachers that Mr. Bezet was looking for somebody, because I think at that time, even though there's 14 years that was going to pass before this happened, I think he was thinking about the future and somebody that he could groom.
Okay.
And I really, in those times, you thought that you would try to accomplish something, but it wasn't always that you knew exactly what it was going to be.
Did you ever think about becoming an attorney?
Many times, many
Yeah.
times. But I thought my niche was to try to, quote, take care of the attorneys if I could and help them, and it sort of enhanced my my dealings and my understanding of the law, because after all, they give you the papers and you have to deal with them. You have to file them, process them, get them served, and you can assist them because you're sort of like a member of all of their firms, you see. And it's a pretty good feeling, Mike. It really is.
Well, you're essential to the life of an attorney. I mean, the clerk's office does or works. An attorney works with the clerk's office probably on a daily basis. So
Yes.
you really are like a member of their firm. 'Cause
Well,
if-
we like to feel like we're a part of them. See, so that's how we try to project ourselves.
It's definitely a give and take. I mean, I'm an
Oh, yeah.
attorney, so I know that without the clerk's office, I couldn't do my job. But then if I weren't filing anything, there wouldn't be anything for the
That's
clerk to
right.
do.
I have to depend on them to come and file. You see.
That's right. In just a moment, when we get back from this next break, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. You said something that I want to go further into when you said that you were a boy from Dularge. We're going to talk about growing up in Houma, or the Dularge area, back in the 40s, and we will do so right when we come back. Stay with us. Ms. Boudreaux, you were talking before about being from or originating from Dularge. Tell me
Correct.
about what the Dularge connection is for Ms. Boudreaux.
Well, my dad was born and raised in Dularge, and he started out as I think they had probably a 7th grade education, and then he went to work helping his father. He was a trapper, and then he hunted alligators and stuff, and finally got to work for the oil company, and that's how. And then I guess at a dance or some function which was very few and far between at those times, he met my mother, and they were married in about 1930.
Now, your mother was from Houma.
Mother was from Houma.
From Houma proper.
That's right. So I guess you had to come to Houma pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
And so we had they had 3 children. I have a brother that lives in Dallas. His name is Donald, and a sister who passed away in '99. But we had a small family.
Now, for your family would have been normal size for today, but you say small family. That's referring to the size of the families back then, because 3 children that was small for them.
That's correct. Most of the families were, I would say, average about 9 children at least, and by and large, there was a couple of families that had lots more children than that.
Now, when I know that my grandmother was one of 10 siblings, and then she had 6 children, and then my mother had 3 children. Does that reflect the changing times, you think?
Well, of course, there's many reasons for that. It could have been just certain circumstances, but so many things that would bring that to light. Health reasons, perhaps, or you know, things that would influence those kind of things. But most of the families were rather large, I would say, by comparison to today.
You are not affected by the requirement that is imposed upon judges by the Louisiana State Supreme Court that they have to retire at the age of 70. You're not affected by that because there's no rule that says that you have to retire. Have you ever thought of retiring? And if so, when do you think that might come about?
Mike, I tell you, I don't really ever think about retiring until the subject comes up like right now. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, it would be wrong to say I never thought about retiring, but as long as I feel like I'm able to do it, and I really like what I do, I really don't give much serious consideration to it.
What about Mrs. Boudreaux? Has she ever posed the subject with you?
Yes, many times, many times. And as I say, she's very tolerant, and she pretty much has left that up to me because she knows that I probably would be difficult to deal with if I didn't have this to come to.
Now, what are you going to do? And if you did not have your job to go to, how would your retirement years be spent? What are some of the things that you'd like to do with your time if you had your days free?
Well, I'm sure she'd have something to say about that, but I would probably piddle around the yard, do some honeydews, and help her with some housework, because after all, we're not spring chickens anymore, but we still we'd do things together, probably travel a little bit. There are many, many places I have not gone to because of the time constraints that's imposed about what I do. I go to work early and I leave late, so we would have some catching up to do.